Now, the annals of history today have surged to create a tempestuous storm in Tamil Nadu. Days after its release, Mani Ratnam's film set in the backdrop of the Chola Empire has hit troubled waters. Dravidian filmmakers, actors and even politicians have accused the film of saffronizing the Cholas. They claim that the term Hinduism didn't even exist during the reign of Rajaraja Chola in the 9th century. Why then is he depicted as a Hindu king? Critics of the film say that this is the part of a concerted effort to manipulate history and erase Tamil identity. The BJP, however, contends that Shaivites and Vaishnavites all come under the larger umbrella of Hinduism. Listen into some of the voices which have kicked up a storm over the alleged distortion of quote-unquote Tamil identity.
Hindu மதங்கிற பேர் ராஜராஜ சோழன் காலத்தில் கிடையாதுங்க. அப்படி வைணவம்னு இருந்தது, சைவம்னு இருந்தது, சமணம்னு இருந்ததே தவிர அது வெள்ளக்காரங்க நமக்கு வச்ச பேர். என்ன சொல்றதுன்னு தெரியாம தூட்டுக்குறைன்னு சொன்ன மாதிரி தான். எல்லாரும் எங்களுக்கு மதங்கள் வெவ்வேறு இருந்தது. அதையெல்லாம் 8ஆம் நூற்றாண்டில் ஆதிசங்கரங்கிறவரு ஷண்மத ஸ்தாபனம்னு பண்றாரு. இதெல்லாம் சரித்திரம். அந்த சரித்திரத்தை இங்கே சொல்லக்கூடாது.
தொடர்ந்து அடையாளங்களை நம்ம கிட்ட இருந்து எடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. வள்ளுவருக்கு காவி உடை கொடுக்கறதா இருக்கட்டும், ராஜராஜ சோழன் ஒரு இந்து அரசன் ஆகிறதா இருக்கட்டும், இப்படி தொடர்ந்து நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. இது சினிமாவிலும் நடக்கும். சினிமாவிலும் நிறைய அடையாளங்களை எடுக்கிறாங்க. இந்த அடையாளங்களை நாம காப்பாத்திக்கணும்.
However, the BJP has rubbished all charges, saying the term Hinduism refers to a way of life, not a narrow definition of a religion. They insist that Shaivites and Vaishnavites all come under its umbrella.
Hinduism is not a religion, it's a way of life. The constitution says one who is not a Muslim, one who is not a Christian is a Hindu. So you have to make it as Shaivites, Vaishnavites are all Hindus. That's what we are saying. And nobody objects to, King Rajaraja Chola as a Shaivite. Nobody objects that. Nobody has. See, we take movie only as movies. But unnecessarily, Thirumavalavan is trying to, in the guise of, talking about religion, he is talking politics. And I am happy that Thirumavalavan has said that Rajaraja Chola is a Shaivite and not a Hindu. So now these people should understand that Hindu is not a religion, it's a way of life.
There is systematic de-Hinduization taking place in Tamil Nadu. யாரோ வெற்றி மாறனா? ஆமா, ராஜராஜ சோழனை ஹிந்துவா மாத்திட்டமா, ஞான ஸ்நானம் பண்ணிட்டமா. எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் இந்த வெற்றிமாறன், எனக்கு அவ்வளவு சரித்திர அறிவில்லை. அவருக்கு பேரே வெற்றிமாறன் வச்சுருக்காரு. ராஜராஜ சோழன் கட்டின 2 சர்ச்சு 2 மாஸ்க் எங்கெங்க இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டா போதும். அவர் யாரு? சிவனோட பக்தன். எந்த அளவுக்கு? தன்னை சிவபாதசேகரன் என்று அழைத்து கொண்ட மாமன்னன் ராஜராஜ சோழன்.
क्योंकि उस टाइम तक इस्लाम भी आ चुका है, क्रिश्चियनिटी भी आ चुका है, तो उनको एक ज़रूरत पड़ा। अब शायद शिवा को वर्शिप करने वाला है, विष्णु को करने वाला है, उसमें भी डिविजन्स है। बुद्धा को अपना गॉड समझने वाला है, उसमें भी डिविजन्स है। इस वजह से उनको एक शब्द ज़रूरत पड़ा। इसीलिए जो भी हिंदुस्तान में शुरू हुआ उस समय को सब एक ही शब्द में करके हिंदू रखने चाह रहे थे। इसलिए ये आज का लोग सोचते हैं, उस टाइम पर तो ये शब्द नहीं था।
The DMK says that Rajaraja Chola was a Shaivite king, not a Hindu. Hinduism didn't exist at that time.
He is a Shaivite king. During those days, there was a fight between Shaivism and Vaishnavism. I can even quote one avatar of God, Narasimha avatar, Vishnu, killing the son of Viranya because he was following Shiva. So that was how tense the fight between the Shaivism and Vaishnavism was. And Rajarajan built only Shiva temples, not Vaishnava temples. So in that context he might have said Shaivism and Vaishnavism were two different religions in those days. And they they were two different philosophies. That's a new creation. It was not there when Rajaraja was the king, because India was not there at the time. There were many kingdoms.
Well, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us with us is Sriram, political analyst. Let's also go across to Kevin Mathew, who's also a political analyst, joining us. Kevin Mathew, this is systematic de-Hinduization taking place in Tamil Nadu, says Mr. H. Raja of the BJP. Where do you stand on this? Because clearly this kind of distinction that is being sought to, be put forth, that at that time, and perhaps early in the 8th or the 9th century, there were, of course, struggles between the Shaivites and the Vaishnavites. But does that mean that they are any less Hindus by today's definition?
See, it's not about there are any less Hindus or not here. Or the issue here is, see, the right wing is trying to put in a single identity to whatever state that is proud of its language. The whole identity of India, the fabric of what we call India, is made of its diversity. So we are a nation of diverse ideas, diverse beliefs, and we've had that from long back. So we were it was multiple countries at one point in time. Now we are a single country, but then it is still a collection of a lot of ideologies, a lot of diversity. And what the right wing wants here is it under a single umbrella so that they can kind of divide the people based on that. So that is why they are creating a Hindu and another. That is why even the BJP person earlier also.
Kevin, that may be the case. Maybe they are trying to appropriate Rajaraja Chola. But my simple question to you is, are they factually wrong when they say Rajaraja Chola was a Hindu?
Rajaraja Chola was a Shaivite, and Hindu is a term that was coined by the British. The masters of the BJP.
Aren't the Shaivites and Vaishnavites even today existing within Hinduism, sir? Why is it? Why are the two terms contrary to each other? That's what I find amazing. You can always say go by whatever the definition was. By that logic, you will have to go by every definition that existed, during those monarchic times. And some of them are very feudal definitions also. Are you going to go back to all of those definitions as they existed at that point of time? Some of them may be offensive from the point of gender, from the point of labor rights, from the point of human rights as well. Are you going to go back to each and every one of those definitions now?
So you tell me which definition of Hindu you want Chola Raja fits in, and then I'll say if he fits in there or not. Because Hinduism in itself has a multitudes of definitions.
Exactly. Exactly the point that is being made by them.
If you are asking for today's BJP's definition of Hindu, Chola Raja doesn't fit into it. And that is
forget
exactly
BJP. What is your definition of Hinduism, sir? What is your definition? Okay, let me bring in fact, why should I get into this argument? Mr. Sriram is there with you. Mr. Sriram, Kevin Mathew says that this is a part of a larger plan of the BJP to appropriate all of these historical and cultural figures and fit them into the larger umbrella of Hinduism. That is a design that is happening on ground. Please respond to this charge of Mr. Kevin Mathew.
I have the exact opposite thought, that there is a very sinister plan to malign or to divide the religion or the Hindus by even further for their narrow-minded expectations. So I think in Tamil Nadu, probably few people have identified certain elements to basically hired them to steer a controversy. Maybe missionaries from abroad were probably funding them to talk all rubbish about Hinduism. So probably that is one of their agenda, because they're probably losing ground in reality. Now I'll ask Mr. Mathew a question. Now, why there is so many sects in Christianity? You have a Roman Catholic, you have a Protestant, you have a Pentecost, you have Orthodox, so and so. All of you are all called Christians. Now, why can't the same thing apply to a Hindu? When it comes to Hindu, who are you to decide who is Shaivite and who is Vaishnavite? This is absurd. This is absolute nonsense. First of all, you mind your religion, and you don't talk about culture. Will you question the existence of Christianity and Islam? After the invasion, how can I question the existence of these two religions at all in the first place? When you question Hinduism, when you question Shaivites, when you question Vaishnavites, when did all the other religions come to India? They're hardly about 100 years, that is all, or 150 years. Before that, there were these religions. And if you can claim, so glorified religious affinity to your religion, Who are you to come and give a comment about our religion here to say who is an Hindu and who is a Vaishnava?
Okay, Mr. Sriram, you have made certain points. On one point, though, I disagree with you. It's not a few hundred or 150 years since some of those religions have come. I think that would be factually incorrect. But yes, I'm not arguing about the data, and that's not even the subject of discussion right now. But Kevin Mathews, if sects exist within other religions as well, there are different denominations that exist. You don't identify people only by the denomination. You go by the broad religion of the individual. Is that not correct, Kevin Mathew? So why should it be different in this case?
Before I answer your question, I have a point to make. See, first thing, Mr. Sriram has questioned why I am discussing. So what he said was, it is their religion and your religion. So it's like, so you invited me to the show, and Mr. You are not somebody to talk about this topic, just get out. So that is one question that you will have to answer, and that is a respect I think I deserve on that one point.
I'm not. We're definitely not. No, there is no debate. Let's not make it personal. I am requesting both of you. Yes, there is no need to get personal or discussing anyone's personal religion or faith. But yes, the larger point being made, Kevin Mathew, and my question that was addressed to you in a more generic, specific term about sects existing within different religions, and if that is so in the case of other religions, why should be not so in this case? Is a question to you.
I'll answer that question. I'll answer that question. But before I answer that question, now the second part of my response is, in the first part of his response, Mr. Sriram had to use the word probably 5 times. And that is exactly what is the difference. And there are sects in every religion, that is correct and right. But the thing is, when you define Christianity, it's very easy to define Christianity. Christianity is anybody who is following Christ is a Christian. Anybody who believes in Prophet Muhammad is a Muslim or a Muhammadian. So that is very clearly defined. But Hinduism is a term, or Hindu and Hinduism is a term that has been much maligned for the personal usage by the right wing, and that is why there is a problem when this identity...
No, sir. Anybody who has faith, anybody who has faith in any of the Hindu gods is a Hindu, sir.
No.
Where is the scope or room for doubt or debate in this? Whether you believe in Shiva, whether you believe in Vishnu, whether you believe in Shakti, how does it matter? You may not even be a believer and still can be a Hindu.
No, Madhav. Those who pray for Mary don't pray Jesus. He is giving a new twist here.
Before there was a religion called Hindu. Before there was a religion called Hindu, there was Lord Shiva and God Shiva and God Vishnu and God Brahma.
Yeah, so that's what the whole point over here, Kevin, and I'm going to come across to Mr. Sriram. The whole point over here, Kevin, is that the definition of or the so-called term Hinduism may have come up in the last 2 centuries. That's entirely possible, but that does not mean that those who existed or the forefathers of all of us today were not, or at least those who are Hindus today were not Hindus 200 or 300 years ago. Yeah, obviously, they fall under that category. Let me bring in Mr. Sriram on that point. Mr. Sriram.
No.
Mr. Sriram.
See, those who follow Mary do not follow Jesus. Correct me if I am wrong. And if you tell me no, they follow only Jesus, all of them, they don't. They take Mary as their God and not Jesus. And you have the same sect in your own Christianity. And those who have, probably wear jewels, so let me, Matthew. No, let me complete. I've been very quiet when you speak. So you also have a sect which only prays for Mary, Mother Mary, and not Jesus. But if you still claim they are Christians. Now, how do you claim that they are Christians when they do not follow Jesus? But you come and tell me, no, Shaivites are different and Vaishnavas are different. All of us fall under Christianity. All of us fall under Islam. There is Shia and there are Sunni and there are many more. All of us fall under Hindus, though there are multiple sects. But to come and keep poking Hinduism again and again and keep saying we are trying to probably break the entire civilization is exactly our accusation on people like those who talk about our religion. Is the same question that I asked them, who has given you the right to make such kind of comments on our religion? Not just you, whoever who questions this, not just you, have the right to do that. I mean, we don't come and talk to you and say you are a Protestant. We respect you as Christians. So you have to respect us as Hindus and don't give your comment on it, is what I'm telling you. Again, not on an individual basis, and a collective people who make this comment.
Kevin Mathews.
Sir, first thing, let me refute Mr. Sriram when he has made a huge blunder on national television. There is no Christian sect that worships Mother Mary. Okay, this is not a Christian debate, but
They
let me
do.
correct you
I'm
there.
sorry, they do. I do have my friends as well. I'm sorry. I am very clearly aware of what I'm talking.
Sir,
What is the name of the sect, sir? What is the name of that sect? Let's set the record straight. Mr. Sriram, what is the name of that sect that you're referring to? Or the denomination?
Protestants do not follow. They only, I don't know who follow Mother Mary, either Catholics or Protestants. That I don't know. But
No
those
one
who
follows
follow
her.
Mary
No.
do not follow Jesus very clearly. They only go to Mother Mary. So that is my point.
Okay.
So similarly, you are
Okay, Mr. Sriram, you're not able to substantiate with the exact name and the reference. Next time, I would just suggest when you come with such an argument, you should be able to back it up with facts. But nevertheless, the debate still remains. Kevin Mathews, 1 second. Kevin Mathews, the debate still remains. Just as you argue that the Sangha Parivar or Hindutva forces or the BJP or what have you are trying to divide Hindu society into, or try to unite Hindu society into an umbrella, the entire accusation can also be made that those who are ideologically inimical to the right wing. Once again, listen to my question, Mr. Mathew. Those who are ideologically inimical are trying to divide society and put them into small silos or small groups so that those identity politics can be played at a regional level. That is also an argument that can be made by the other side.
Sir, I don't have a problem with unification. I don't absolutely have a problem with unification. My basic problem is that this is used to create another other. So that is why Mr. Sriram was all his words were you and me, you and our, yours and ours. This is exactly what is wrong with this country now. And my problem with the BJP is that they are using this as a pivot to divide and create a significant other, because they have nothing else, and that is why I don't have a problem with.
No, where is the question of other coming in, Kevin Mathew? Does it show this? I have not seen the movie myself, but is there any reference over here of the Chola King attacking people of other religion? Where is the question of other coming in this context? Please explain that.
Sir, it is not about the movie, and there is one. It is not about the movie.
Of course, it's about the movie.
It's of course about the movie.
Where is the message of otherization coming in the movie, Kevin Mathew? Simple question. You said it's all about creating an other. Where is the otherization happening in this movie, in its plot, in its theme? Please explain.
It is because it is a narrative with the BJP saying that Hindi is the national language of India. India has many national languages. Hindi is not the national language of India.
Where does Ponniyin Selvan say that Hindi is the national language? What are you saying, Kevin Mathew?
Please listen to my argument. To you, please listen to my argument.
No, my point is you may have ideological problems with Hindutva or with the right-wing groups. There is no issue with that. You're free to do so, but let's speak facts. We are talking Ponniyin Selvan here. None of the three arguments that you made just now have anything to do with this film. If Rajaraja Chola is a great king of India, he's a king who all Indians should be proud of. If he belongs to a particular religion and that is being identified, where is the problem, or how does this lead to divide in society?
The problem is when you are trying to, bring in wrong facts into it. See, Rajaraja Chola was not a Hindu king. He was a Shaivite king. He created, and that was one section of society. But then what this
Kevin Mathews, I think we've gone around in circles enough now. I think this debate about whether he's a Shaivite king, whether he's a Hindu king, is only going to continue in the Tamil context. But I think certain things have to be reinterpreted in a modern context. And whether it is, films that we talk about, such as Adipurush, or whether we're talking about Ponniyin Selvan, the same standard has to be met by all, and not reinterpreted according to the way that a particular ideology wants. That consistency has to be there on all sides. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for joining us this evening.